Hey guys, it's me again. I'm back doing a figure review. Well, before I start, I just want to say I hope you all had a good Christmas and enjoyed the times you guys spent with your families. I'm back doing a figure review on the monster Golza from the very first episode of Ultraman Tiga. Now to start off with his history, Golza, like I said, first appeared in the first episode of Ultraman Tiga, where he was an ancient earth monster that awoken, and he was also awakened along with another monster, Melba, and he awakes in the city of Mongolia, and the human characters of the series, GUTS, which stands for Global Unlimited Task Squad, they notice Golza's reappearance, and they go back to the headquarters to report it. Guts later learns that the only thing that can defeat the two monsters is the Titan Tiga, obviously Ultraman Tiga. So Guts learns that Tiga is in a pyramid, which is called the Pyramid of Light, I think. So Guts goes to find the Pyramid of Light, and one of the members of Guts, Daigo, who later becomes the human host of Tiga, finds the pyramid when a voice is calling out to him, and Golza also finds it in the statues of the Ultras, which I think the statues of the Ultras were Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia, because those three are kind of like in a trilogy together. So Daigo, basically, he's flying in a ship trying to shoot at Tiga, and his ship crashes, but Daigo's body is absorbed by Tiga's color timer, and Tiga is reborn and does battle with Golza and Melba. After Tiga transforms into power mode, where he's all red, he basically throws Golza over his shoulder, and that breaks his ankles. And Golza then retreats by burrowing back underground. And then Tiga transforms into flight mode, where he's all blue, and he defeats Melba. Well, he kills Melba, but Golza gets away. Golza would then be seen later in episode 18 of Ultraman Tiga, where he is seen by a volcano, and he absorbs the heat from the lava, and he becomes Fire Golza, which I don't know that much about. I think Golza was also in Ultraman Dyna, where he was slightly different, but I don't know much about that. Golza's latest appearance, like in normal form, would be in the Ultra Galaxy TV show, where he was just an ordinary monster this time. He wasn't an ancient monster, and he was an ordinary monster on the planet Boris, and he just boom over. Yeah, so he was an ordinary monster, on planet Boris, and he's seen by the Zap Spacey crew, the main human characters of that show, and they shoot at him, and the commotion brings Telesdon out. Then Ray, the protagonist of that series, releases Gamora and Litra to do battle with Golza and Telesdon. And Golza gets killed by Gamora with his super oscillatory ray. And that just about does it for Golza's history. So starting with the figure, this is actually the newest version of the figure, the Repaint, that was released in 2007 or 8. It's probably the most accurate, because the older figures look different. Like, the legs were pure blue, didn't have these silver spots here. They're pure blue, no paint for the toes, and the head was all gray, didn't have, all these details here. It was all gray, and it just didn't look good. So let's get closer. Now his eyes, I'm not too crazy about his eyes. I think his eyes were like a yellow color, but whatever. By the way, this figure is from like 1996. Sorry, it's this foot. Come on, focus. Yeah, the mold is from 1996, so it's pretty old mold. I love these cracks in his his chest. Toenails are really nicely done. And the tail. Oh, I think the tail had a little bit more color to it. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was pure blue. I thought it had some color. Like that middle part here. Like, hold on. Let's put them down. Like this part right here, this middle part, I think that's supposed to be red. This figure is based off Golza's appearance in Ultra Galaxy because of his color, I think. Yeah, the color more resembles him in Ultra Galaxy, because in his original appearance, let's move back a little bit. Because in his original appearance, like, you couldn't really tell what color his suit was because it looked all dusty. I thought that the suit was, just like all like a dark silver and a little bit color for the head. Like, yeah, I did not know the suit was blue until I saw it in Ultra Galaxy. So yeah, I'll put a picture at the end of this video of what Golza originally looked like, because it was confusing when I first saw it. So for articulation, Golza only has 4. He has it in his arms and in his legs. Nothing in the head. His tail is glue sealed, but I'm not going to bother with it because I'm afraid I'm going to break him. Now as for superpowers, Golza can fire out a beam right through here. It's a purple beam. It's called the I forget what it's called, but it's a purple beam, and he fires out of his forehead. He also burrow, like, escape underground. He has armored skin, like, armored skin, so it's pretty powerful. And he also absorb attacks through his armored plates of skin and use the energy that he absorbs as his own attack, which is pretty cool. I always love the idea of a monster that can absorb other attacks. So now let's get on to sizing. Let's bring out his first opponent, Tiga. Ultimate Tiga. Now this looks pretty good. They were almost the same size. Tiga, Golza could be a little bit more bigger. Maybe like this would work a little bit more. But it's not a big deal. Like, at least he's not like super shorter. Let's get Tiga out of here. And now let's bring in the monster that he fights in Ultra Galaxy, Gamora. Now this looks good. They were the same size when they were battling. Yeah, this looks fine. You have Gamora do his signature attack where he rams his nose horn into his opponent's skin and, blows them up. So yeah, sizing's good here too. Now finally, rarity for this figure. This is the newest version, so it's pretty easy to find. The figure that is really hard to find though is Fire Golza. That figure is really rare because it was released in a pack with Tiga, and the pack was really hard. It was really, not many were released, so yeah. So if you want a Fire Golza figure, good luck. The only review I've seen of that is by the user Goji73, which I totally recommend you go check out. He's really awesome. So rarity is not that good. Rarity for Fire Golza is not that good, but rarity for this figure is pretty common. So let's review. Detail is good. Articulation is basic. Paint job's really good, better than the previous figures. Rarity is common, and scaling is pretty good. So I'm going to give this figure a 4.5 out of 5, mainly because of the missing paint on his tail. But overall, this figure is really good. It's probably the best normal Golza figure. So yeah. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and see you next time.